Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Wasted Potential podcast. This is episode 8. Sorry for the long sports episode last time. I know some people aren't too into that, but we're just excited about the playoffs. You know how it is. But I'm Kellen. I'm here with my co-host Caleb.
What's up?
And make sure you guys check us out on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen to stuff. We haven't really plugged it in a while, so make sure you're checking it out everywhere and leave some likes.
Yeah. So like you said, sorry about the long sports episode, but we are going to start off with football just real quick because it is the playoffs. So just get that out of the way really quick.
Most important time of the year.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll kick it off with the Bills Colts game. Buffalo won, really close one, 27-24. One that if you are a Bills fan and you did watch it, gave you major flashbacks to the Arizona game.
Yeah, it was very scary.
It was a very tough game to watch.
As soon as they were doing the Hail Mary, I thought it was over. I was like, there goes the season.
Oh, dude, I've never been so. It was a roller coaster of a game. Definitely thought that Buffalo was going to handle it better, but whatever.
And the fact that they didn't call that one play a fumble.
The fumble, it definitely should have been a
terrible.
fumble. Should have been over right there. But a win's a win in the playoffs, so we'll take it. Gonna keep it moving, like we said. The Los Angeles Rams upset the Seattle Seahawks. This is one that I don't think either of us called when we did our predictions.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us had this game. So that one was a big surpriser.
Yeah, felt bad seeing their quarterback get hurt, though, the Rams quarterback.
He was doing good, but Jared Goff came in and he played pretty well with the thumb.
Yeah, he played decent.
Yeah, I think the reason that the Rams won that game, though, isn't because the Rams did that good. I think it was just the Seahawks are that bad. And
Yeah, they've fallen apart.
They were falling apart even before the playoffs. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of things like, oh, the Rams, that defense. I mean, they have a good defense, but I don't think they're championship contenders by any means. But I think it was just
Certainly
because
not, yeah.
Seattle was pretty rough. Going on to that night game on Saturday, Tampa Bay, Washington football team. Tampa Bay won 31-23. I did not watch this game, but I did keep track of it on my phone, and I really thought that Washington was going to be able to come away with it.
Yeah, I watched a little bit. I really didn't want Tom Brady to win. You know,
Yeah.
I never want him to win.
No.
But I thought that Taylor Heineke, who was the QB for Washington, I thought he played really good.
He played amazing, and I think the way that he played, I've seen a lot of things about this too. I think he's almost secured a spot on a team next, maybe not a starting spot, but he's definitely secured a backup spot on some team next year.
I'm sure he could probably start on Washington.
He could probably start in Washington, but I feel like I don't know what direction Washington's going to go in with that, but I think he probably could.
Yeah, nobody ever knows what's going on in Washington.
No, nobody really knows, and at the same time, nobody really cares. So
That's true.
Go on to Sunday. First game of the day was a really good one. Baltimore against Tennessee. Baltimore won 20-13. Lamar Jackson went off in the run game.
Just in the second half.
Yeah, did you see that 50-yard touchdown run he had, though?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
It makes me kind of scared to play them, but I think we can handle it.
It's a little nerve-wracking, especially how Buffalo played against Indy. But
Yeah.
that game, I thought that game was going to be much, much more high-scoring than it was.
Yeah, Tennessee really couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
so.
the Raven defense really was able to control Derrick Henry, so I think that was definitely a big part of it. Then, next game on Sunday, we had the Nickelodeon game, New Orleans against the Chicago Bears, and this one was pretty given. New Orleans won 21-9. I'm actually surprised they didn't win by more, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty boring game.
It was a very boring game.
Kind of funny that one guy, you could hear him swear very, very clearly
And it was,
on Nickelodeon.
Oh my gosh, did you watch any of the game on Nickelodeon live?
I watched a little bit, but I felt
terrible.
like I was 2 years old.
It was terrible. Well, my brother wanted to watch it, and he had been ever since he learned last week that they were doing that on Nickelodeon, he was so happy about it. So I knew there was no way I was getting out of not watching it on Nickelodeon. And every time he went upstairs, I switched it because it was terrible. They had one person, I can't remember their names, but they had one person who knew football, like, and he had been on like actual games before. They had one person who knew football, but he wasn't like, I had never heard of him before. And then they had some guest star that was like a star on one of the shows, and she had no clue what was going on. There was
it was Nate Burleson.
Yeah,
he was on some of the shows. I like him. He's decent.
Yeah,
but...
he did pretty good. He was the only reason that watching that game was like manageable.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember what the girl's name was. She's a star in Nickelodeon. There was one.
Yeah, I don't remember any of them either.
There was one. It was a punt, and he punts it in the air, and she goes, and then he catches it, and she goes, yeah. And I was like,
yeah, I thought it was
she
very
has
weird.
no clue what's going on.
It was very weird how they like did the highlights and stuff. I just thought it was odd.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but it was pretty funny when the dude swore, and it was like, the announcers had no clue what to say. They were like, oh, well, he is frustrated, very frustrated. And then going on to the final game, my opinion, the game of the first weekend. I think this was the best game.
Oh, yeah.
Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Cleveland handled the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first half. They ended up winning 48-37. I mean, their first offensive possession, I believe they were set up at like the 40-yard line, and they were already up by 7.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
What did they have? A fumble and then an interception.
There
and
were
then turnover
5,
on downs. And then another interception.
There were 5 total turnovers. One of them was a fumble that ended up being a touchdown, and the other one 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions by Big Ben. But the craziest thing about that is he had 4 interceptions, but he also had 4 touchdowns, and he had 501 yards.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's insane. But anyways, the nameless gray-faced team destroyed the Corvettes.
Corvette.
I'm so happy to see them lose, though. Like, I was kind of hoping that we were going to be able to play them and that we'd be able to kick them out. But I'm so glad that Juju's out.
Hey, when was the last time that the Bills and the Browns won a playoff game? Like, on the same season?
Oh, same season? I have no clue.
I doubt it's ever happened.
I was going to say. But the Bills, Browns, and Tampa Bay all won their first playoff game in over 15 years. 16 years. 18 years, actually, because I think Tampa Bay's last was like 2002. So those were the results from the first weekend. And then this coming up weekend, we have Baltimore against Buffalo, the 5-seed Baltimore against the 2-seed Buffalo Bills. Then in the NFC, you've got the 6-seed Los Angeles Rams against the 1-seed Green Bay Packers. Then the Sunday, you have the 6-seed Cleveland Browns against the 1-seed Kansas City Chiefs, and the 5-seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the 2-seed New Orleans Saints. I find it kind of funny that in the NFC and AFC, you've got the 1-6 and the 2-5 going up against each other.
Yeah, that was really weird how everything worked out like that.
Yeah, like everything,
I mean, who expects the 7th seed to win?
Nobody, but who yeah. And then the 3 and 4 seed. I was kind of surprised that both 3 and 4 seeds went out in the AFC and NFC. I mean, the NFC 4 seed isn't too much of a surprise.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that both Pittsburgh, Tennessee, and Seattle all went out in the first round. I mean, those were 3 teams that at the beginning of the year were probably all championship contenders, Super Bowl contenders. So I thought that was a little interesting. But all right, we're going to move on from football. Unless you have anything else to say, any takeaways from the weekend?
Nah. I mean, it was a good weekend of football.
It was, yeah.
That's how it be.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I guess we're going to move on. So for everyone that doesn't like football, welcome back. You can start listening again now. We're going to move on. I guess we'll just start off. I told Kellen that I had a little story, I guess, I wanted to tell. I went grocery shopping. I went to the market store today. I just call it the market.
The market.
Who calls it the market anymore? Nobody calls it the
No
market. I went to the store today. I had to get like soup and stuff because my mom wasn't feeling too good. But you know how they have those paper bags?
Yeah.
I hate them. Now, I'm not saying that I want the turtles to die. That's not what I'm saying. So don't take it that way.
Hey, some people might misinterpret that.
A lot of people would misinterpret that. Don't go telling your sister that I want all the turtles to die. I'm not saying that I want the turtles to die. I'm not saying that I like pollution or anything. I agree that plastic bags are very bad for the environment and all that stuff, that they kill animals. I agree with that 100%. I also believe that there's a better alternative than paper bags because they're terrible. Like some of the stores that you go to have like good ones, like they are solid. But this store that I went to did not have one. I had 3 cans of soup, a bottle of Gatorade, and a box of crackers in the bag. And I'm halfway across the parking lot to my car, and it just rips open. And everything falls out. One of the cans...
Was it like slushy and stuff that it fell into, or...?
No, it was pretty dry outside. So that wasn't bad. But it just went everywhere. So the box of crackers, one of the cans of soup, and the Gatorade all stayed like right at my feet. But the other 2 cans both went completely different directions. Like at least 5 parking spots. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So I'm going to get the first one, and I pick it up, and I look up, and there's this old lady in the car that I'm standing in front of. And I couldn't quite tell, but I'm pretty sure that she was laughing at me. And I was like, great.
I imagine she was.
I look like such an idiot right now. And I still had halfway of the parking lot to go to get to my car. Mm-hmm. So now I have a ripped paper bag in one hand and 3 cans of soup, Gatorade, and crackers in the other arm, trying to struggling with myself to try to get my keys out of my pocket.
I hate carrying stuff and trying to get my keys out of my pocket.
It's just it's so awkward and like difficult. Are you kind of different topic, but same thing? Are you one of those people that will take a couple trips to go from your car to the house if you have a lot of groceries, or you're just 10 bags on one arm each?
I try to get it all.
Going all in one.
Yeah. I like the way that Wegmans does it, where they have like those big bags that like you reuse. Mm-hmm. That's a lot better.
Yeah, there's
than,
a lot of
paper bags.
There's a lot of stores that do that kind of stuff, but just do what Save a Lot does. Is it Save a Lot? They give you those.
I don't know.
Have you ever been to Save a Lot?
Not really.
No. Well, I've been to Save a Lot, and if you've been to Save a Lot, you know they've got the like cardboard boxes that you put your stuff in, and then you put it in your cart and you bring it out to your cart. Just do that. Just every store does that. It'd be so much better.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't shop too much, so it doesn't
like
really concern me that
everybody,
much.
I don't do anything. I just sit around all day.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, I run a podcast. What do you expect I do? I just sit in my room.
I have a podcast. You really think I have a life? Come on, dude. Come on.
Facts.
Jeez.
I'm majoring in computer science. What do you expect me to do?
All right. Guess we'll move on. We went sledding.
Yeah. Well, you went sledding. I went snowboarding.
I wouldn't call it snowboarding.
Well, I was on my butt half the time. So.
Kellen started on his snowboard and finished on his butt. That's what he did.
I was trying it out. I haven't been snowboarding like in an actual snowboard ever, so.
There was not nearly enough snow.
No, not at all.
You called me and you're like, "Yo, what are you doing? You want to go sledding?" And I look out my window and I'm like, "Did you find like a mud hill somewhere? What are you talking about sledding? There's no snow."
Yeah, the only snow that there was icy, so that wasn't very good either.
Yeah, and then it hurt when you wiped out.
Yeah, which happened every time.
Yeah. This dude, all right. So there's this little bump, right? And we're trying to hit it. First of all, I could not seem to hit it with my sled. Every time I went down, halfway
You
down,
couldn't
I just
steer.
I couldn't steer, and I just end up missing it completely. But so we were trying to hit the bump, and Kellen goes, "I'm gonna stand on one of the sleds and try to hit the bump." So he's going down, and as soon as he hits the bump, the sled stops, and he just falls forward and just tumbles down the rest of the hill.
It was pretty good.
I don't
It
know
was an
how.
experience.
I don't know how the sled just stopped though. Like it wasn't like it was. The bump wasn't that big.
Yeah, I'm not
It
sure
was just a
either.
little bump, and you had speed, so I don't know how you didn't just go over it. I was kind of hoping you would go over it and wipe out, but that worked too. So, take what I can get. But I want to go sledding again. I want to go sledding with my girlfriend, but the problem is it's global warming. So,
Yeah, there's nothing. Like, I
there's
wanted to go
no
to an
snow.
actual ski place, but I'm not sure if there's enough snow any
There's
place.
no
to
snow.
go. I mean, it's been warming up, and that's been making me want to skateboard. Like, the other day, it was snowing in the morning, and then it was sunny for,
Yeah.
like, all day after lunch. And I was like, I want to go skateboarding. I want to go skateboarding. But I
I
didn't
just
end up
want
going
to. I want to
skateboarding.
go shoot hoops at the park. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Like, if it actually got up into, like, the 40s or the 50s.
That's the thing.
oh,
Like
yeah.
it's not snowing, but it's like 30 degrees outside.
Which is worse. I'd rather it snow.
I'm like, dude, how is it not snowing? Is the other thing. Like it should be
Yeah.
snowing right now. I don't understand why it's not snowing.
If it's gonna be that cold, like, at least snow. But
Yeah.
whatever.
I tried to go ice skating a couple weeks ago.
Really?
That did not turn out well. We got all the way up to Buffalo, and the place was closed.
Jeez. That's terrible.
But it didn't say it online, anything. It was terrible. So we just ended up walking the canal side, and then we did go to Niagara Falls, which was cool.
Mm-hmm. Was it frozen?
The Niagara Falls?
Yeah.
No, Niagara Falls was not frozen. Do you know how fast Niagara Falls goes, dude?
Yeah, doesn't it freeze sometimes?
It's got to get really cold for it to freeze. It's got to be a lot less than 30 degrees. Can Niagara Falls? I don't think Niagara Falls can freeze.
No, I'm pretty sure it's frozen before.
It was not frozen when we went.
Okay.
I'm looking it up.
Well, that was my question. You didn't have to bully me about it. I think it's froze like a couple of years ago. I'm pretty sure it froze.
Does it really freeze?
Yeah.
It has experienced freezing in some seasons. The only time that there was total freeze in both rivers was March 29th, 1848.
Interesting.
I didn't realize that it
More
could
you know.
freeze. Like, it's like, I knew that little waterfalls could freeze. Like, I went to Letchworth a little bit ago, and a couple of the smaller ones were frozen.
Yeah, I was at Letchworth on Monday, and so it wasn't completely frozen, but there was some stuff. I went to the lake, and I saw like muskrats sitting on top of the ice and like diving in and out of the water and stuff. And it was pretty gross,
Dude.
But it was pretty neat. We got some pictures of them.
Speaking of the lake, this summer, so I got a boat a couple of summers ago. We gotta go on my boat this summer.
Yeah, well, you said that last summer. And
I
then
know
that
I
never
did,
happened.
but the problem was my dad wouldn't let me drive the boat. But
Let me drive the boat.
that's why I said like every single time, and it got so old so quick. But he wouldn't let me drive the boat. But I think I'm gonna be able to this year, and you, me, and our girlfriends got to go out. No, you don't think that's a good
Yeah.
idea?
Whatever. One time, speaking of boating, I was out on the lake with our friend, and we were tubing, and I just had shorts on.
What you would
and-
usually wear to the lake? Okay, continue.
Well, yeah, because I don't usually wear like
Do you
like
you wear a
swim
one
trunks.
piece? You wear
No,
like
I
a
don't-
one piece that goes up. You wear a swim shirt.
Well, I'm talking like actual like normal shorts, like shorts and underwear, not like swim shorts or anything.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I got you.
So I was like being pulled in the thing, and theirs is like one where like your legs hang off of it, and like you're just laying on it with your chest. The thing ripped my shorts off. I lost a pair of shorts, and it almost took my underwear too. I had to let go so that my underwear didn't fall off. Like, here I was.
You lost the shorts? They were...
Yeah. I was laying on the thing with my underwear, like, around my knees.
What did you do for the rest of the...
And I had to let go so they wouldn't fly off.
Dude, what would you have done if your underwear fell off?
I had another pair on the boat, so I would have had them, like, throw it to me and then put it on. But, like, still, I was like, no.
No.
Yeah,
dang.
it was rough.
That's tough. So you didn't, like, go back around and see if you could find them?
No, because I couldn't remember where it was. Because I was still hanging on for a while after I lost them.
Dang. Dude, the second that my, like, shorts begin to, like, come down a little bit, I let go. The second. I'm not risking
them, but...
anything. I'm not risking anything. I've lost so much in that. We've lost so much in that lake, though.
I've lost, like, pairs of Crocs and stuff in there.
We've lost, like, 3 pairs of sunglasses. We've lost a life jacket. We've lost a towel.
Speaking of polluting.
Yeah, really. Polluting. We've lost countless bags of chips. But, like, that still had chips in them. Like, weren't even open yet.
So you're kind of feeding the fish.
Yeah, so we're feeding the fish. If they can eat through the plastic, yeah. Yeah, the turtles can have the chips. They just have to eat through the deadly plastic first, that's all.
Bro.
What? I want to go thrift shopping. I wanted to talk about this and we just worked that in there without even... I want to go thrift shopping though.
Why?
I don't know. I just do.
I've never been.
Because you're a rich boy. Same reason why you've never been to Save-A-Lot.
Okay, so that's the one with the boat.
That's now, though. That's now.
What do you mean that's now?
We haven't always had a boat.
Okay, I don't have a boat.
Okay, well, you probably could have a boat if you want a boat.
But I do want a boat, and I still don't have a boat.
Then buy a freaking boat. I don't know. Jeez, stop crying, kid.
Whatever.
Crying over not having a boat. My God. All right, back to what I was saying. I want to go thrift shopping before I was rudely interrupted. Mainly because there's, like, all these people that, like, go around and find, like, super awesome, like, shoes and name brand clothing and stuff for, like, 10 cents. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to try it. It probably won't be successful, but I want to do it anyways.
I feel like we don't live in an area where you can find too many good stuff.
But it's still, like, I don't know, like, it's still, like, cool to just, like, haven't you seen those videos of people that, like couples even that just, like, go to the thrift shop and, like, or, like, a Goodwill or whatever, and they just pick out clothes? Like, I don't know, it just seems cool. I just want to do it.
My sister does it sometimes. Like, she thrifts stuff and does whatever with it.
Yeah, and you can, if, like, I bet she's actually, like, good at it, but if, like, you actually know what you're doing, you can, like, turn it into something really nice. But I don't know what I'm doing, so I would just buy it and that's it. It would be a one-way, one-step process. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, if you could find something cool, that'd be good, but I'm not sure if
I don't think we live in an area. Cool. Yeah, we'd have to... I mean, maybe if you went up to, like, the city area, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's my other thing with thrift shopping, right?
Yeah.
Like, morally, I don't see why I should thrift shop.
Because you're rich.
Well, I don't have to, like, buy cheap clothes. Says you, Caleb.
Says me? What do you mean says me?
You have 2 fathers. I only have
one. Oh my God, that's not a good thing. How many times have I told you this?
What I'm saying is, like, I don't have to, like, buy cheap clothes, so why should I? You know what I mean? Like, if somebody has to go buy cheap clothes, but I don't want to, like, take their clothes from them, you know what I mean?
You're not going there to go clothing shopping. Like, you're not getting your whole closet there. Like, it's literally, like, what I mean when I say it is, like, go and just see if you can find anything, like, like diamonds in the rough type of stuff. Like
Gotcha.
name brand, like really good stuff that's there for super cheap. Like that's what I mean when I say it. But yeah, there are like people that go there and get all their clothes there. That's not what I'm saying I want to do. Like I'm lucky enough that I don't have to do that. But
You're privileged.
that's
and
not
rich,
what. No,
and you have a boat.
there's a difference between being privileged. There is a huge, huge gap between privileged and having to buy your clothes at a thrift store. There's a huge gap there.
Whatever you say, man.
I don't like you.
You're on a podcast with me.
This is my official offer.
Resignation.
This is my official, this is an ad. I'm putting an ad. Insert ad right here. This is my ad. I am looking for a new podcast show host. Any offers? Go ahead and hit me up.
Hit me up.
Hit me up. Slide it in them DMs.
This is going to be such a mess to edit.
This is a mess. God. Yeah, this is going to be terrible. Of course, the first time I'm like, hey, let me try to edit, this is going to be it. All right. We are going to do New Year's resolutions for the podcast.
So we thought if we just said what we want to do, that would be kind of boring. So if we talked about like the podcast as a whole, that would be better, more interesting. So we're just going to talk about what we want to accomplish within the next year, maybe like where we see ourselves this time next year, whatever. One of the first things I want to say is I think if we can continue uploading new podcasts or whatever weekly or close enough to weekly, that's one of our main goals. That'd be pretty good.
Right now, like as we're recording on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Like if once every 2 weeks max would be the longest part, but
I feel like if we can keep steady with weekly from now until like the summer, I feel like the summertime will probably be a little bit easier, but I feel like if once we both get into college, if we can do at least once every 2 weeks,
yeah,
or even if we, actually, wouldn't it be a bad idea if we just pre-recorded a couple like timeless ones, I guess, in the summertime, so that if we don't have time to record one that would be like to put out, then we could just put out one of those that it doesn't really matter when you put it out. I feel like those would be kind of hard to make though.
Yeah.
Like ones where you can listen wherever and it's still relevant. But I feel like if we just keep putting stuff out, and if we can start to try to put out YouTube video things too, like maybe like once a month or once every month and a half.
Yeah, like different content or something like that.
If we can start doing that and putting out different content and just more content, that's gonna help us slowly grow, obviously. If you stay consistent, you will gain stuff. So that, but we've been in discussion with a couple people about how to grow and stuff. But this time next year, where do you see us like listener wise? Like what's your like goal to get to like listens per episode?
I don't know about listens per episode, but I think if we like break 100 subscribers on YouTube or whatever, that'd be awesome.
That'd be nice.
Get like our hours up and stuff so that we can start monetizing, like putting ads on YouTube videos or whatever. Which I hate watching ads on YouTube videos, so I wouldn't really do it.
But we want money, though.
Yeah, but how much money are we gonna get?
I don't care. I'll take $5. I don't care.
Yeah. So like we wouldn't pump them full of.
You can put it towards your boat.
Yeah, we can put it towards the wasted potential boat.
Yeah, we wouldn't. Obviously, we know that ads are not a likable thing, but if we can start maybe putting out just a little bit, like at least an ad before a YouTube video, just a quick one, or if we could start doing like 30-second ads like in the middle of each episode, like it's just a real quick thing that I feel like wouldn't be too bad, and it'd help us grow too.
Now here's something that I think would be something awesome we could do. is recording a episode in person.
Yes.
So like actually,
no, we're definitely gonna have to do that soon. It's difficult now, obviously, with COVID and everything still going on, and with both of our situations being difficult. But I feel like I'm hoping this summer we'll actually be able to do stuff. I mean, there's lots of stuff I want to do this summer. I want to do like a trip. I want to do a trip with us and some other guys.
And hopefully this summer we'll be able to like get the vaccine or whatever.
Yeah.
So
hopefully soon enough we'll be able to do an in-person thing. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Get more people on.
Yeah, we want to get more guests
so that we could have guests in person. That would be
in-person
the best
guests
thing we
is
could do.
so much easier. I mean, it's not that difficult to do a guest like over the internet or whatever, but it can get a little tricky. But yeah, that's another thing. I want to start having guests on and do maybe not so much like as an ad, but like collab with people.
Yeah.
You know, like there's other YouTube channels out there and stuff like that, which I guess just like if anybody listening to this has like a YouTube channel or does something, doesn't have to be a podcast, but does something kind of like this and you want to collab, hit us up, you know, even like an Instagram page. We've been in talks with a couple people already, but like even like an Instagram page or something, hit us up and maybe we can do something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of people who we talk to who are in school with us who have stuff like that, so it wouldn't be too difficult to branch out.
We just have to branch out. Just have to do it, because we definitely need to get more support or followers or whatever, listens, whatever you want to call it.
I think if we did like a travel vlog, that would be something that would be really fun.
Yeah, if we did end up doing something this summer, like we've been talking about this. We've been talking about going on a road trip or even just camping. You, me, and a couple other guys. We've been talking about this since like last year. We've been talking about it for a while. So I mean, if we did that, we'd obviously bring the podcast along with us. Oh, another thing that I kind of wanted to figure out how to do. I'm not 100% sure how we do it, but we should start doing like lives and stuff.
Doing
like,
what?
Like lives, like on YouTube
gotcha.
or Instagram or something. Like even just like a stupid 30-minute live where like we're both like editing or whatever and we're just talking, just stupid stuff. But yeah, if you guys, I don't know if people would be interested in that though.
Yeah, I think some people would. There's definitely a market for like live streaming and stuff. Of course, I gotta get better internet and whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been saying for the past couple of weeks that you might. So hopefully you
get
it within the next year.
So everything's going to be faster and quicker and podcasts are going to come out better. So that's how it's going to be.
It's going to, once we get into college, it's going to be tough to keep this going. But I mean, I just have so much fun doing it. It really combines what you and me want to do with our future. It kind of like combines that. So it's just a nice, fun thing to do, I guess.
It's fun. It's rewarding. It's cool. To actually like click on Spotify and see something you made.
Yeah, it's going on YouTube and seeing, even if there's only 25 subscribers there, it's still better than 0.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, like I'll be scrolling through like YouTube on one of my other accounts or something, and I'll see it pop up and like recommend it, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's neat, but another thing that I kind of want to do. And I've wanted to do this ever since we started the podcast, but the problem with this is you need to like be big in order to do it. I want to like have apparel that we can sell.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
even
we
if
can do
it's
it.
Just... we'd have to. We need money first is what we need, because you need to make it first. But even like stuff like stickers or like magnets or hats and stuff, start out small. And then get big and like go into like sweatshirts or stuff like that. I feel like if we could like have like stuff that we can sell by next year, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, because you and I have stickers of it, and they're pretty neat. But if people listening to this are interested in that, let us know and we can hook something up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our 10 listeners, at least maybe 1 or 2 of them might.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be something we'd be interested in having. So if other people want to have it too,
it'd be something else. I mean, obviously, it'd take time. If you guys would,
Yeah.
if people were interested in it, wouldn't it be like next week type of thing? Take a little bit of
Yeah.
time. That's the other thing. Another thing, we want to know your guys' thoughts on everything. We haven't really put up anything on our story recently, so I'm going to like set a reminder to make sure to do that when this comes out. So if you're listening to this, go to our Instagram page on our story. That poll box thingy, I don't even know what it's called. Questions, whatever, I don't know. Any questions that you have, topics for us to talk about, segment ideas, anything, just support that you're listening. Just tell us that you're listening or anything like that. You can do it in that, or you could DM us on either Instagram or Twitter. Guess you could even send us an email if you really wanted to. What's our email? I'm trying to figure. The wastedpotentialpod@gmail.com. You can send us an email.
Send us an email, yeah.
Yeah, email us. Hit us up.
And here's something that I want to do personally is make a skate video. Like
I can't skate. I'll record that one.
Yeah, you can record it. Like that'd be cool.
Can we make a basketball hype video?
I mean, we could do just like put a bunch of videos and photos of us just like balling out, playing like basketball and skating and stuff. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Compilation. Isn't there talks about getting a skate park at the park?
Yeah, we might be getting a skate park. I'm super hyped.
We'll be out of here by then.
Probably.
But when we come back,
put it in real quick. But...
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, do you know how long it took to put in that splash pad thing? Like, honestly, it was way too long. But still, like when we came back, that'd be cool to have. Although I don't skateboard at all.
Hey, you gotta pick it up.
I can't, dude. I'm way too. I can't. Would you go surfing?
I'd try it.
Try it.
I don't know how good that would be.
I think that'd be cool. We'll do a couple of would you rather questions. We haven't done these in a while. Another thing that I was thinking today that I want to start doing is put the would you rather questions on our story so that our listeners can participate in those. We don't really do that, and it's kind of dumb that we don't.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Because it's kind of like the podcast like only consistent thing. Our name and would you rather is like the only consistent thing from episode to episode.
And occasionally we talk about the Bills.
Yeah, and the Bills. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
All right, so I got a couple would you rathers. I guess we'll just do a couple of them and see which ones work. Edit other ones out. Would you rather win an MVP or a championship?
I think I would rather win a championship.
As
long as like I play in it, you know.
Mm-hmm. As long as As
like
long
if
as
I'm just
not
on
like
the
you're
bench,
yeah.
Yeah. If I just get a ring because I sat the bench, I'd rather win an MVP. But
I mean, like good for, like there are some players who it's like good for you. Like you deserve that ring. You've been playing forever, and now like you're kind of like a bench player, but you still got it. But then there are other players who are like undrafted rookies, undrafted free agent rookies that are winning rings, and it's like on in the NFL, don't practice squad players, don't they get the ring?
I'm not sure. They might.
Like if you're on a practice squad and you get a ring, like come on, dude. Like you're not doing anything for this team other than helping them practice, but like
yeah.
Which I mean, sometimes practice squad players can be like vital, but I mean, how much are you really putting towards this team's success?
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're winning the MVP trophy, but, like, your team goes, like, 4-12 or something like
what's
that,
the point?
I'd rather just get a ring.
It's not often that you see that, though.
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson could have done it this year. Deshaun Watson was crazy this year. Like, he was first in a lot of categories.
Especially with the situation that he had going on.
Yeah.
He definitely, but... so I'd rather win a championship. All right. Would you rather travel across the United States by a car or by plane? So, like, we're going from New York to California. You doing it by car or by plane?
I think a car would be better because you can, like, stop at places and, like,
it'd be so much
experience it.
Yeah.
But if I'm just trying to like get to one place,
if you're just trying to get one place to another, then yeah. If I'm just like if it's like a business thing, I'm flying, obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel like
sometimes you'll be in the car and it'll just be so long and you just absolutely hate it.
That's why if you're driving by car, you got to make sure that you like do stops. Like you got to make sure that you drive by stuff that's cool or go to landmarks, stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like you got to make it fun.
The most I've been in a car in one day is probably like 8 hours with like occasional stops, but like all in one day.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm kind of used to it because a lot of the times we'll like drive all the way to Long Island in a single day. So that takes like 7 or 8 hours sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the U.S. is so big; it would take a long time.
Yeah, it would take a long. It takes a couple of days to drive from New York to California, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The longest I've been in a car was probably we went down to Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
We drove down there, but both times there and back, we like drove through the night, so I was asleep for most of it.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine driving that long, especially through the night with everyone else in the car asleep. Like, I don't know how my dad did it. Oh, off topic. This kind of the same thing, though, with the DMing us and giving us feedback. If you have would you rather questions, I forgot to say that. Give us some would you rather questions. We'd love to do fan would you rather questions instead of just getting them off the internet. Back to this, though. I don't really know what it means. I guess we're going to try to figure that out. But it just said, would you rather Hakuna Matata or YOLO? That's all it says. We have no other, nothing. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But, so Hakuna Matata means no worries. And then YOLO means, days. Yeah, and then YOLO means you only live once. But even when you put it like that, would you rather you only live once or no worries? It still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Here's my rationale. I think I'd rather Hakuna Matata because I feel like it's just like laid back and like taking life easy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you say YOLO, it's like you're about to do something really stupid that could go really bad.
That's because so many people. That's because that's what it's been turned into.
Yeah.
That's what YOLO has been turned into. It's been turned into some dude shotgunning and then jumping off a 20-story bridge and yelling YOLO in the process. That's what it's turned into. So when people hear YOLO, they're like, oh no, something bad's about to happen.
YOLO. My sister got this really weird game for our Nintendo Switch. It's called like Crab Fight or something like that. And it's all in Japanese. But
why would you buy it? What? Why?
I don't know. She got it as a present, but pretty much you control like this giant crab that like walks around the city and it fights other crabs and like it's really strange, but it's kind of fun.
Is there like so? What?
Like you progressively.
Say it again.
So like you fight these crabs, right?
Okay.
And it progressively gets harder. Like you're a crab.
So is there like a final? Is there like a boss crab or a crab boss?
Yeah. And like every time you like kill one, which like you just knock it over on its back, and then you have to fight a harder one until you beat the final one.
So there's like levels, and that's.
Yeah, okay. It's pretty weird, but it's kind of cool.
And there's no English; it's all Japanese.
Yeah.
That's weird.
But it's not like there's talking. Like crabs don't talk, so whatever.
I mean, dude, it's giant crabs fighting. I wouldn't be surprised if they talked.
Huh? True. Sometimes they have like rockets on their claws.
Okay, it's really weird. And you're saying that they're not allowed to talk.
I don't make the rules, dude.
All right, guys. I think that sums up this episode. Thank you again for listening. If you made it all the way through, like we said, we're trying to grow a little bit. So if you know anybody that you think would like to listen to this, share it with them or tell them about it. Whatever, help us grow a little bit. Even just one person will help us out. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and Twitter. If you're listening on YouTube, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. And I think that's it. So thank you again for listening, and we'll see you guys later.
See you guys.